India and the six-nation Gulf Cooperation Council have agreed on terms to initiate negotiations for a free trade agreement. Well, Union Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal announced today that the development follows India's recent conclusion of a free trade pact with the European Union and the sealing of a trade deal with the United States of America. The Gulf Cooperation Council, or GCC, comprises Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, that is UAE, Qatar, Kuwait, Bahrain, and Oman. Goyal said that signing the terms of reference for the FTA would pave the way for a robust trading arrangement, enabling a greater free flow of goods and services, encouraging investments and creating job opportunities both in India and the GCC nations. He also highlighted that the pact could help India diversify its energy sources, a remark that comes in the context of the recent India-US trade deal, following which US President Donald Trump had clarified and claimed that India might reduce energy ties with Russia, though Indian authorities have not officially confirmed that assertion. And this move marks another step in India's efforts to strengthen economic ties with key global partners. And the announcement comes weeks after UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan visited India for a brief 3-hour trip, during which he met Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Well, the leaders reviewed the full scope of bilateral cooperation, and the visit drew attention in the backdrop of the UAE abandoning its plan to operate Islamabad International Airport, a proposal under discussion since August 2025. And India's negotiations with the GCC for a free trade pact have a long history. Talks first began with a framework arrangement and agreement in 2004, followed by rounds of discussions in 2006 and 2008. However, the GCC paused negotiations globally in 2011. Talks resumed after the GCC Secretary General visited India in November 2022, and a revised terms of reference was shared in October 2023. And both the sides have since exchanged updated versions, leading to the current arrangement and agreement to formally initiate negotiations. Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal emphasized that an agreement would, and with the GCC, would strengthen India's relations with the bloc, not only on trade but also on geopolitical fronts. He said that it would boost investments, enhance food and energy security, and send a strong message to the world about India's historic and friendly ties with the Gulf nations. The FTA is expected to benefit multiple sectors, including food processing, infrastructure, petrochemicals, and information and communications technology, while helping India further diversify and grow its energy sources. And in the fiscal year 2025, bilateral trade of goods between India and the GCC stood at $178.56 billion, with India exporting $56.87 billion worth of goods and importing $121.66 billion, accounting for over 15% of India's global trade. Saudi Arabia ranks as India's second largest trade partner in the GCC after the UAE. And the UAE is also a major contributor to India's inward remittances, accounting for 19.2%, second only to the United States. And India's imports from the Middle East mainly include crude oil and natural gas, while exports include pearls, precious and semi-precious stones, metals, imitation jewelry, electrical machinery, iron and steel, and chemicals. And India has already signed trade agreement with the UAE and Oman and is in ongoing negotiations with Qatar for an FTA. Goyal noted that the India-GCC Free Trade Pact would act as a force multiplier for global good and further deepen economic and strategic ties between India and the Gulf nations. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates. Do like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.